Welcome back to AFTV. Let's predict the 11. Let's try and guess what Mikel Arteta's going to go with, because he's got options. I think it's the first time. I've been at AFTV nearly 5 years. It's the first time where I've thought, there's genuinely like 5-6 positions that I don't really know. I think I know what he's going to do, but you could do something else. When Eze arrives, that's going to be another set of questions for a lot of players like Odegaard, Martinelli, who knows. But let's go into it. Let's predict it. It's Arsenal versus Leeds here, 5:30 on Saturday. We're back with Lee. We've got Laurie, LL Sports TV.
I'm here, man.
Let's go into it. We start with the goalkeeper, obviously.
It's got to be Raya.
Yeah.
I've got to say, big up David Raya. I thought he was outstanding last week. It's probably the difference between the two teams, right?
Yeah, probably.
I thought he played really well, which was good because I had been a little bit critical of him in some of the pre-season games. I didn't quite was on it, but on Sunday against Man United, I thought he was outstanding. So yeah.
I think you summed up perfectly there. He was the difference. I mean, we can talk about the players on the pitch and the tactics and all that, but ultimately Bayindir flapped to his cross, and Raya, dominated his penalty area and kept the ball out of his net, and that was ultimately why we got the win.
Yeah, that was the most impressive thing for me about Raya. Not so much like, I expect him to make the saves, even though it was a good save that he did against Cunha, but I just think he's handling.
Great save.
Yeah, it's a great save, yeah. But he's handling, like the cross is going in, it takes so much pressure off you. Every time the ball comes in, he was collecting it and all that. Takes the pressure, and that makes the defence a little bit more confident as well. So, listen, he done well, and I've been critical of him in pre-season because I don't think he's been quite at it. But when it matters, he was at it.
Exactly.
Okay, let's build the back four, and I think this gets so interesting.
It does.
We know White and Calafiori is the fullbacks; they got the minutes, but I don't even think it's a guarantee that Saliba and Gabriel play together. I'll be honest.
Really?
Well, I think Gabriel got
That's interesting.
Barely played, then suddenly came on, started the Bilbao game, starts against Man United. Is there going to be a temptation to rest and rotate him? He did have hamstring surgery not long ago. Calafiori got some minutes at left centre-back, didn't he, in pre-season? Lewis Skelly, we know, is good enough to play. Timber's good enough to play. Thought Timber looked great when he came on at Old Trafford. But White, I think, has been one of our standout performers, including pre-season. So, let's leave. You first. What's our back four going to look like?
I think that's a difficult one. I think maybe Timber comes in at right back because Ben White's struggling after, I don't know, but I think it's going to be really, really difficult. If you want my opinion, I think that I will go with Ben White, but I think Arteta will probably go with Timber.
Are we just talking about the right back?
Go for the right back one, yeah.
I would go with Timber, and this is not to in any way denigrate Ben White, but I just think that with Timber are a little bit more solid. I'll probably give Ben White the edge in us going forward. But I do think all round I would just edge Timber. I do think he's outstanding, he's solid, physically he's a beast, and I just think he edges Ben White at the moment for me.
I give Ben White the vote because I want our more attacking players on the pitch, and I think Ben White is that. Do we then therefore think Saliba and Gabriel will start, both of them?
Yeah, for me, no disrespect to any other of our centre-backs at the club, but that partnership there is established. I mean, you saw last season we conceded the least amount of goals in the Premier League, and that was due in large part to those two who were outstanding. So yeah, unless there's a really good reason, i.e. injury or severe loss of form, I'm inclined to always keep them two together.
I agree. I think there is I hear what you're saying, but I don't think we should take Leeds lightly. I think you've got to go with your best. They are the best, and that's why I would definitely go with them as well.
I was about to say that I think he'd mix it up with Calafiori centre-back, but then Calafiori had an injury that kept him out for a couple of weeks. And you're right, with Liverpool around the corner, I think if there were like a Champions League game midweek before that, then maybe he'd rotate, but probably not this early. So I'm with you. So left back, Calafiori or Lewis Skelly?
Yeah, now this is a bit of a conundrum for me because I thought Calafiori came on, or in the previous games he's played, I think he's getting back to his best.
Yeah.
He does offer probably more of a goal threat than Mars Lewis Skelly. But then Mars Lewis Skelly has other attributes that kind of even it up a little bit. I'm happy with either one, but I might just edge Mars Lewis Skelly.
I'm edging Calafiori, I'm a big Miles Lewis Skelly fan, as you know, but I think he scored the goal on the weekend. I think that it gives us a little bit more danger in set pieces, defensively as well. And I was impressed with his 60 minutes and all that. I think they'll share the role again on Saturday, but I think it'd be very harsh to leave him out.
I'd go Calafiori because I think he's looked so bright against Bilbao, and I thought he was one of our better players against Man United. Obviously got the goal as well. I hear you. I don't think it'll be long before Lewis Skelly does win that place back. But we've got to remember he's 18 and he's had a whirlwind 12 months, and actually giving him a little bit of rest isn't the worst thing in the world. I think that's part of the reason why I love the SA deal. It takes less pressure off one area, and these two can develop really organically. Max Dowman too. But I think Alafiori. So if we're combining, we're going with the votes. We agree Raya will be in goal. You guys going for Timber at right back over me, who goes with Ben White. So it's Timber at right back, Saliba, Gabriel, and Calafiori because of the 2 votes from us. So let's build the midfield. I mean, I think we all agree Erdegaard, Zubimendi, Rice is going to be the 3, right?
Yeah, although I've got to say, none of those 3 performed to their optimum levels last week. Obviously, this week should be a different game. I mean, let's be honest. Leeds at home, we're expecting to have a lot more of the ball. I'm almost sure Leeds are going to play a low block. And I think Zubimendi will be crucial to that because his playmaking, and well, all of them. But yeah, for me, that midfield there did really well previously, but in the United game, not so well. But I think it's a different game on Saturday, and I do think that those 3 will start and will have a good game.
It's weird, isn't it? Because I sort of think I was praising them for things you don't normally praise them for, like Erdegaard. We know he works hard, but actually we got quite stuck in. But we didn't really see that from Rice. He didn't dominate physically the way we'd want him to. Zubimendi, I think, again, was kind of working hard, but we didn't see the quality on the ball you'd expect to see necessarily. He wasn't able to settle us down into the game, but I've analysed that match. They had Mbemo, Cunha and Mount, 2 of those 3, always on Zubimendi. And that's hard. And in a game like this at the Emirates, you're hoping that if Leeds do sit back, at least there's a little bit of space for Zubimendi to look up and play. So we need an elevated performance from him, who wasn't the worst. I thought he was okay against United. But Rice in particular, we're going to need
exactly that. I felt that Zubimendi out of the 3 was neat and tidy, like, you know what I mean, and done okay, nothing spectacular. Odegaard's got to improve on his delivery side of it, all that, but I thought you say worked out. Rice was poor. Let's be honest, like, you know, like Declan needs to up his game, which I'm pretty sure he will. He's entitled to have 1 or 2 bad games a season.
He barely has any, does he?
He barely has any, like, you know. So,
was he poor though, or was he just not as good as what he normally is? So people think,
no, I thought he was poor. I thought he was like legitimately quite bad on the day.
Yeah, I think he was.
Sorry, Declan, we love you, but
he didn't play well. That's for sure.
I think his first pass, you know, from the edge of the box, like. Set
the tone,
like, you know, so that can happen.
Yeah, of course.
And I think at the end of the day, Man United midfield had the better of it, like, which you wouldn't normally say. So
yeah, it surprised me.
So like, it did surprise me. So I'm
especially when you
with,
consider that Zubimendi the week before had been absolutely outstanding. So I'm thinking, wow, you know what I mean? And everyone had a kind of acknowledged Man United, their weakness was the midfield. And in the end, their midfield outperformed ours, which is kind of strange to me, but you know.
Yeah. Okay, we've got the midfield nailed down. That could get interesting in the coming weeks once Eze's announced and confirmed.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the front 3. Saka and Gyökeres, I imagine, definitely start because of Saka's quality, because of the Havertz injury. Gyökeres is going to have to, bed in quite quickly. We've talked about it in the preview in more detail. So we move to the left wing. Trossard, Martinelli, Madueke. Now, rumours, Laurie, that in the open training session here, we saw a bit of Saka on the left with Madueke on the right. Are we going to go old school, see, alternating wingers? There used to be a real regular thing in football, wasn't it? You switch the wingers, give them a different game against the fullback. Do you think we might see something like that?
I'm not against it, because, listen, one of the things that has been said about Arsenal is that our attack can be somewhat predictable. It's well acknowledged that there is an imbalance between left and right. So, yeah, if that works, why not? Try it, man. I mean, because, as I said before, Leeds are going to come and they're going to sit deep and invite us onto them. They're going to try and frustrate us. We're going to have a lot of the ball. So, it may take us a while to break them down. Let's try different things.
Yeah.
Bit harsh to leave someone out when you've got a game plan where you're not going to have the ball so much. And that was like Martinelli had to work hard off the ball.
Yeah, and you're basically saying he was sacrificed in that role.
Yeah, a little bit. And they all was, to be fair, like, what I mean? It was like, a different. It's going to be a different game where you're going to have a lot more of the ball, and I feel that Martinelli deserves a chance to have that, but he's running out of chances. I'm having to say that, you can't be giving him. If you can't come up against Leeds at home and do the business, then you've got to start looking at other options. So for me, Martinelli gets the chance, but it would be a little word in his ear, you've got to do the business. Yeah,
fair enough. So Gyökeres, Saka. So your left wing was Martinelli. Yours is.
You know what? I'd like to see Madueke start because.
Is that what you think will happen? Or
no, I don't think. I think the manager. I think if we're looking at that left side, I think that the preferred option will be Martinelli. Not by much. I do think at the moment, I mean, he's the quickest out of all those guys. He's the most explosive, and his defensive work is good. Now, let's be honest, on Saturday, the defensive factor will be less, because as I keep saying, we'll have more of the ball. Will Trossard get the berth? Because, I mean, he's been given a new deal. I'm sure as part of that conversation, Trossard will be asking, or if not demanding, but asking for more minutes, be given a chance. So I'm sure he'll play at some point, but who will start? I'd like to see him throw a curveball in there, start Madueke, see how he does.
I think he's going to go Madueke, you know.
Well,
I think he might do it.
He's going on what happened at Old Trafford, he won.
Oh, that's
it's probably the worst debut.
Well, then it'll be Trossard. Martinelli and Madueke can both sit on the bench, and Trossard get the start.
Maybe Miles Lewis-Skelly, I don't know. You know.
I'd like to see the manager be a bit adventurous, because he does have options now. Okay, so why not throw a curveball? Say to Madueke, go out there, we give the ball to him, create havoc. You might not get 90 minutes, but for as long as you're on that pitch, pick the ball, drive in runs, take the fullback on. Even if you lose it a couple of times, you're there to do something, do it. If that's not quite working, then you've got options, Martinelli, Trossard, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, he can switch wings. Try different things, because let's be honest, teams are going to try and make it difficult for us this season. So we've got to try and come up with ways to circumvent that.
All right, so you think Madueke, you think Martinelli. You think he'll go Martinelli?
Yeah, I would like to see Madueke, but I think he'll go Martinelli.
So, the predicted 11, Raya in goal, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel with Calafiori left back, Rice, Subamendi, Erdegaard the midfield three we've expected, with Martinelli, Saka, Gyökeres. So only Timber really expected to come in from the Manchester United game. Of course, there'll be a watch along here on AFTV. There's the other preview if you didn't catch up with Turkish joining us too. Plenty of content, talking transfers, everything around Eze, all discussed here on AFTV. Subscribe to the channel. Go subscribe to Leeds Judges TV, LL Sports TV, and we'll see you very, very soon. Big thanks. Catch you in a bit. Come on, Arsenal.
Catch all the best shows from your favourite fan channels on GFN Soccer TV, now streaming on Samsung TV Plus.